So here we are, the 16th Commonwealth Fly Fishing Championships, to be held here in the southwest of England. This is the opening ceremony to be held here at Ford House. We've already had a marvellous memorial service in Newton Abbot Cenotaph.
Howdy! 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 It is my duty here today to welcome you all here in Devon and in this town of Newton Abbot for you to take part in this Commonwealth Fly Fishing Championships. It is great to have you here in Devon. May the best team win this competition with good heart and spirit. God bless you all. God save the Queen.
Well, as the Mayor of Newton Abbot, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to our town. It is, I believe, the first time we have been at the centre of a sporting event of this nature, and with so many of our Commonwealth friends being represented. Sport is one of the surest ways I know to bring people and nations together. We may not always agree or see things in the same way, but when we participate in a competitive sport, we only have one goal other than the sport itself, and that is to be the best and to win.
Have a fantastic time. As the Mayor said, a tight line's okay, and it's most important, of course, when it comes to fishing, is to really, really enjoy it. And, you know, I think one thing which, of course, none of us ever want to do, and I've done 2 or 3 times, is that you fish in a windy condition, and then you ask your next door neighbour to come out with his knife to take the hook out of your ear or your head. I hope it doesn't happen to one of you, and I'd like to endorse, in fact, what the Mayor said, of course, was Dave, and open the competition. Best of luck.
Good luck to all of you. May the best team, best man, woman win, and formally declare this 16th Commonwealth Fly Fishing Championship open.
The ethos behind these games is fishing in friendship. We do try to install that into the visiting teams, that the competition is not only about winning a major event, but fishing in friendship is what we try to bring to the forefront. In fact, we have the Fishing in Friendship trophy, which is really the one to win. It's nice to be on the winning side and the individual winner, but to receive the friendship trophy, which is decided by all the other teams in a vote on the gala dinner night, that's the one to win, and we truly wish the winner of that all the very best.
This is a great opportunity for Snowbee UK to be involved in this prestigious event as major sponsors. Based down here in the West Country, we often get rather looked over, particularly for national and international events. So to have such a major event on our doorstep is a huge opportunity. We've got teams here from literally all over the Commonwealth, as far afield as Australia, New Zealand, Canada, South Africa, as well as the home nations. So there's a great bunch of guys here, and I'm sure they're going to have a fantastic week's fishing.
The Commonwealth Fly Fishing Championships are being held over 5 venues in 3 days. Siblyback in Cornwall, on the edge of Bodmin Moor, and is stocked with rainbow trout up to £5. Kennick Reservoir, one of Dartmoor's premier fisheries, holds stocks of rainbow trout up to £8. It also holds a resident head of wild brown trout. Fernworthy Reservoir is set on one of Dartmoor's highest points and is a brown trout fishery. Wimbleball Reservoir near Dulverton in Somerset is nationally renowned for stocking rainbow trout up to £6. The competitors will also fish one of 2 of the most beautiful rivers in the southwest, the East and West Dart. Rising on the high moor, the Dart finally falls to the picturesque port of Dartmoor. Nice and early for you?
All nicely prepared.
So we're going to win, aren't we?
We'll see. I think you never know these things, but we are a very confident team.
Quite confident.
We've got a nice world medal stuck in his pocket hidden away there, haven't we, mate?
I've got my lucky hat.
Lucky hat,
Yeah.
lucky pants.
Yeah, that's it.
Andy's got his lucky bits, haven't you,
Lucky
mate?
t-shirt.
He's not good on camera. It's for the people that watch.
Aye, you can see why now, can't you?
So what's the tactics? Any sort of...
Chuck it out, pull it back, catch fish.
And if you want to go into a bit more detail, for those on the boat, get on the boat, catch fish, get off boat.
Those on the river, get in the river, catch fish, get out.
Get out of the river, yeah. 3 hours, that's roughly it, isn't it?
Aye.
Another day at the office. Another day at the office.
So looking forward to today?
Yes, yeah, looking forward to it. I've got the river first, so river first, and I'll go on to Fernworthy. So yeah, the river's looking really good. We're pleased that big low that was supposed to come across didn't. So everyone's in good spirits, and we're hoping we get some sun for the South Africans and the Australians. They need it.
I've got 2 life jackets. I am so afraid of that river. I've got 2 life jackets.
No. Haven't you? You're the chatty one.
Yeah, of course I am.
So you're looking forward to it today?
Yeah, I can't wait. I drew the river the first session, so it means we're going to get a bit of fresh water. The river is very low at the minute, so I think think stealth's going to be the way to go today. Up the river on our bellies.
And team tactics, or we can't talk about those?
Oh, can't describe our tactics. That's for, kept that very quiet, so we did, and we will keep it quiet because we can't share with the opposition, even though it's sportsmanlike. But it's great to be here down at Devon. From Northern Ireland, we're looking forward to this. It's only the second time we've been in this competition. First time we ended up third place, so we're hoping to better that this time.
Excellent. Well, good luck.
Thanks very much.
Well, things are a bit tense at the moment. We haven't got there yet, but as the day goes on, we'll all start to relax and enjoy it. So, looking forward to it.
And how's the practice been going?
Practice has been good. Practice doesn't mean much until the main event, so don't count practice for anything at this stage. Yep, good day. Weather's not too bad. Hopefully the rain will stay away.
Things are looking fine. Got nice clear water, a little bit of tea color. The fish won't spook so easy. Just my cup of tea.
Morning. Hello, buddy. Hello, Graham. How you doing, mate? Morning, Graham. Nice to meet you, Mike. Mike, thank you. How you doing, buddy? I'm good, mate. Good. This is my second controller drop-off with the right amount of controllers. So, guys, downhill then. There's the troughs. Right, thank you. Malcolm has clipboards, pens, which he should be handing to the anglers. The anglers have their own scorecards. And along with those clipboards will come a little patch to check the flies. Yeah. In this comp, they are allowed to fish debarbed flies. So, as I said, please check them first off. We don't want to be disqualifying any fish, and we don't want to be inadvertently opening up a barb either. Some things that came out of the captain's meeting, in addition to the stuff I sent out. Scorecards, when they catch a fish, we'll record it to the exact millimetre, we'll time it, and the angler must initial it. Right. So the angler stays with you to initial that, and then turns around and carries on fishing.
Does he put the fish back, or do you?
Whatever is the most practical of getting it down to the water, but you must see that fish released and swim away. The angler cannot say, I'm going to nip behind this tree and release this fish.
No,
That's fine. Normally when it's in the net, you measure it. And these troughs are 50 centimetres, so that nicely fits the spacing between flies rule of on a hanging leader. The flies have got to be 50 apart.
Flies.
So the flies, not the dropper knots, nothing like the flies have got to be 50 apart on a hanging leader.
Right.
That's Campbell, yeah. That's Campbell, Jay.
Yeah.
Mike.
Thank you.
Pleased to meet you. John, got everything.
There you go.
So John, I think you've got me. I'm
BW5.
I need a controller.
Jay?
That's
Jay.
us. I'll write your name down. I want to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Sorry.
That's going to make it interesting, isn't it?
So have you made a decision yet on sort of fly choice and the like, or?
No, not yet. I walked my beat there now, and it seems to be a nice enough beat. There's a bit of deep water. The river has been in flood for the last day, but it's starting to drop off and it's clearing quite a bit. So I would say maybe dry fly in the slower water and sort of French nymphing in the pocket water. Hopefully we'll get a few fish, and if not, sure, you can only do your best. Yeah, well, this is a selection of my river nymphs. Rather than go by the bead sizes, what I do is weigh them on a micro scale, starting off at 0.10 to 0.20 grams, going right through the heavier ones, and then again going for the heavier ones. I keep this area for the flies that I've been using, and then going on to the real heavy ones if the water's really deep.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Right, gents.
Look at that. 23 dead.
Thank you.
Stunning looking fish, aren't they?
They are beautiful fish. God just made them, haven't they?
Yeah. How's it going?
Very well, thank you. That's number 3. So going well, thanks.
Yes, well done. Good boy. It's up to you. The only thing I think you do need to do, and that's what I want to get you don't want one doesn't go to the same place more than twice. If they're there, they fucking have it. Well done. Come on, mate. Get it in the net. Well done. Well done, mate. Nice, Gareth. Well, we've got a smile on our face now. Good, mate. Right.
Hello there, we're at the Commonwealth Fly Fishing Championships 2014 being held in the southwest of England. I'm Graham Lumsden, the head rivers controller, which means that I've mapped out the competition beats on the east and west Dart. Each competition beat is typically about 500 metres long and the anglers are fishing for wild brown trout. A good brownie here would be about 10 or 12 inches. We've just seen a lovely one caught by the South African guy, and some anglers are up to 10 fish already. So I'm quite pleased that it's all going to plan on day one, and fingers crossed for days 2 and 3. It's a lovely sunny day here. The river's just coming down after a flood, which is perfect fishing conditions. The brownies normally come on to feed. It's dropped 2 foot in the last 1 day, and is looking in really grand nick now.
Competition running a few minutes late, so we'll leave the pontoon at 3 o'clock and the klaxon will blow at 3:15 and it'll go for 3 hours. So it'll blow at 6:15 for the finish of the competition. Life jackets will be worn at all times. Controllers are going to be sitting in the middle of the boat unless they are asked to drive the boat. We have one angler who is fishing as a dummy angler controller, and that's Rob over there in boat number 8. It's drifting at all times with the engine to the left. Controllers will record, measure the catch, and with the signature or initial once caught every time. There's no standing up in the boats unless you're netting a fish. Barbless hooks only, and we'll be checking the hooks and they run through a cloth after you've caught each fish. It's rainbows and browns and blues over 15 centimetres. Now the weather today is okay, there's no threat of thunderstorm I don't think, but should a thunderstorm come across and I decide it's too dangerous to be on the water, the klaxon will blow and the boats will need to return to the pontoon. Once the storm has passed, you'll then go back out again and any additional time will be added to your 3 hours, so you won't lose any time. There are no bank anglers out today, so you can fish closer to the bank. There's no restriction on the reservoir. There was going to be a boom at one stage, but there's no boom, so you can go anywhere on the reservoir. Boats must be 30 metres apart. If you have any issues with the motor or battery this afternoon, please place your oar in the air and we will come and offer assistance. Lastly, I think you've drawn for boat partners, so whoever has control of the boat, if you haven't done so, the toss of the coin. That's it from me. Any questions?
Simon,
Yes.
cracking day.
An excellent day, yeah, start of the competition and everything. It's been quite tricky, quite tough. The rain has stayed away, which has been really nice. We had a slight shower first thing this morning, that's been it. The wind's picked up and that's made it pretty tricky for the boats, to be honest, and I think reflected in the scores we've had both this morning and this afternoon, especially on here.
Wimbledon this morning, good show.
Yeah, Wimbledon was fun this morning. Again, it wasn't easy. We thought we'd need a lot more fish this morning. Everyone found it quite tricky up there as well, but most people caught fish, which is the main thing. But same on here, I think, again this afternoon, most people have had fish, but not very many between them. My poke partner's done very well this afternoon. So he's done particularly well in the last hour or so. But it's about positioning the boat and everything else and being on the right end and stuff like that. That's what the competition's all about.
It's been quite good out here at Kennick. Very different. The fish are down deep. So it's been a bit of a challenge. But at Wimbledon this morning, it was really very good.
But fish were deep. What sort of tactics were you using today?
Well, I knew they weren't going to be dries. I knew they weren't going to be up on the top. So it was really all about the speed of the line, the colour and the depth that the flies were at. So it was just about finding the fish first and then finding all those other three things, the depth, the colour and the speed at which you retrieve. Well, on both reservoirs, they were both very, very different. So I think this morning it was really about stripping the line in as quickly as possible. This afternoon, exactly the opposite. It was really, really slow, very, very deep. So, oh, it's fantastic. It's just so nice to meet other people from all over the world, and everybody's so friendly. And we're just getting to know each other and having a great time, fun time.
And looking forward to perhaps a glass of wine this evening?
It might even go a little bit further than that. I might even pop a cork. 6 fish in the bag and I'm happy.
Heather, how's it been going today?
Oh, super, I really enjoyed it. Fortunately, I didn't actually land anything, but of course lost a couple this afternoon, so it was really good fun. Lovely water, very pretty.
We dropped a few. Didn't land any in the shot in the net, unfortunately. But there you go, that's fishing. But it's been enjoyable.
So here at Kennick this afternoon, what was it like up at Wimbledon?
That was slow for me as well, but I managed to get a nice 48 centimetre brown trout, which was a good fish. I enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that, yeah, that was good.
And it's great camaraderie.
Oh, absolutely tremendous. This is what the Commonwealth's about, isn't it? It's friendly, no pressure apart from the pressure you make yourself. It's so cool, absolutely super, fantastic.
Tim, how's the fishing been today?
This afternoon was definitely a bit more disappointing than this morning. Pretty tough work. Pretty much went through every line combination possible and I managed to snag one, but yeah, tough going.
What did it fall to?
I whiffed a booby.
Yeah, this morning's session was a bit of a train crash and yeah, this afternoon's gone okay, which I can't really understand, but there we are, that's fishing.
So have you been to Kennick before?
No, never.
And what's the fishing like here at Kennick?
Yeah, very good, excellent. You know, it's very picturesque lake and some big fish. And lost some good fish today as well and caught quite a few, so yeah, thought it'll be enjoyable. Yeah.
Good morning. My name's Steve Ebden. I'm head controller of Fernworthy Reservoir. We're here today on the second day of the competition for the Commonwealth Championships 2014. There's 15 teams from all over the world, as far away as New Zealand and Canada. Hopefully everybody will have a good day's fishing today for natural wild brownies. The lake's owned by South West Lakes Trust, and yesterday was a fantastic day's fishing. The wind has totally changed from yesterday. It's a lot calmer, but we're expecting a little bit more rain today. Yesterday's conditions were quite windy, but the fishing was fantastic. Each fish is in fin perfect condition. They fight like little beauties. They're really, really nice brown trout.
We are now at Fernworthy Reservoir. It's the day 2 of the Commonwealth here for us ladies together. Great day out, we hope, and then we're going on to Wimbledon in the afternoon.
Okay, and how's the event going so far?
Better for some.
It's yeah,
it could be better. We will improve today.
It will improve as more information comes off the lakes. It's one of those situations where everybody's in the same boat, literally. Sorry about the pun, but we're getting there. We're sorting ourselves out, and it's great fun. Absolutely amazing fun.
Great bunch of guys that we're out fishing with. It's a competition, but they're all friendly, and we all have a good outing, so it's good.
Thank you, sir.
Mark, how did today's session at Fernworthy go?
It was a tough session, but went well. I'm glad I managed to get a fish in, so piece of blank.
No, it was good. It was good. A little slower than I had maybe expected, but still caught a bunch of fish. Caught 4 and lost 4. It was a good day.
How was it today at Fernworthy?
A bit wet, not too windy, but conditions were tough for our boat, let's put it that way. I didn't do too well today, but that's the way fishing goes, isn't it?
Now, talking about weather conditions, that rainstorm that we had early on.
The rain's been coming over in dribs and drabs, but then all of a sudden we did have quite a big downpour. We started singing in the rain actually to cheer ourselves up, but it went over, it blew over. The conditions are really good fishing apart from getting a little bit wet.
Started with a DI3 line, 3 flies, damsel, a black mini leech with a red head, and a black cruncher. Left those on the whole time, but switched to a slime line halfway through and took 2 fish on both.
I'm having a fantastic time. I managed to get a second yesterday on Siblyback, so I was quite chuffed with that. The river was also quite a brutal session, but seemed to be a leveler all round, so all in all going great.
Yeah, it's going very well organised. A lot of great people, a lot of fun, so it's great.
I started in front of Northern Island. I got a fish up on him, got a few more chances. It was looking pretty good, and then he left me.
Took off with 9, finished up with 9.
Finished with 9.
It's all down to good
boatmanship, yeah.
Good boatmanship, getting the engine.
Very disappointing that he wouldn't pass me the magic fly.
Couldn't.
Despite every other method again, but good crack.
I'll give you it after the next 2 sessions.
Fair play to you, Kenny, but good crack. He fished really, really well. We had the chances, but they just wouldn't stick on my method, so that was it.
That's it.
Oh,
Good day anyway.
2 fish, never mind. Well done. Cheers.
Hi, I'm Kev Seller. I'm the head controller for Siblyback Lake here on the Commonwealth Games 2014. The Siblyback Lake is in Cornwall and it is producing some excellent fish. We've had a fish of 58 centimetres off peg 6, and already this morning in very harsh conditions we've had another fish of 55 centimetres. Yesterday the rod average was 4.1 and a little bit lower in the afternoon it was down to 1.9. This morning we've already had a good rod average, coming in around about the 3 average. Conditions are getting different. 2 different conditions at each end of the reservoir. One end you've got the wind behind you and quite calm. The opposite end you've got the wind at you, left shoulder, and coming straight at you. I think the competitors are doing exceptionally well for the conditions we've done today. Yes, some of them are finding the conditions challenging. Especially with these gusts of winds, that's making it very difficult. Quite a few of them are finding barbed wire, Cornish barbed wire. The fences behind are making an interesting cause. The size has been averaging sort of 43 to 48 has been quite standard. And then as we had yesterday a 58, that was exceptionally good, very good.
And if you were to offer them some advice on a setup, what to use, what would your advice be?
I would fish a floating line, I'd fish 3 nymphs, either dialbacks or a Sweaty Betty, which is a black and peacock, the Cornish style, and I wouldn't be moving it like these guys are. Some of them look like they want to be javelin throwers. They need to be more like curling, slower.
Right, I'm going to measure this. If you could open that for me, please. Gently.
Little nose is not quite in. So there we go.
That's what's worth catching on camera.
That is 41.8.
Okay.
Give it to you.
Right, yeah.
Well done.
So how does that fight?
It's brilliant. Sure. Very feisty fish, these. Let's get them back.
Must be pleased with that one.
Oh yes. First one's always the good one. Put it back.
Good, look.
Yeah, excellent.
How many is that?
4. Really are the man.
Really good. We are sitting first, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll still be sitting first tonight, but time will tell. I'm going to try my hardest.
Been going well, thank you. It's my first international competition, and so far so good.
And what's the conditions been like?
Windy. Yeah, but no, good. Overall pretty good. Can't complain too much. They don't work.
They don't work?
No, that's why I put them on.
They don't work on the ground, no?
No, no.
My name's Mark Fraser. I'm on the Australian Gold team, and we're on starting session 5 on the West Dart River here. It's a bit of a overcast day, a bit blustery, but hopefully we'll pick up a few fish.
And how's the event been going so far?
Oh, pretty good. I haven't blanked in any sessions yet, fortunately, but I've sort of left it to the wire on 2 of the lake beats. Last 10 minutes to bring in a fish, but it's yeah, the river's this river here is a beautiful stream, but the lakes are full of fighting rainbows and a couple of browns, so it's been very it's been very interesting. Great fishing, beautiful countryside, and I think everyone's had a pretty good time. I was here about 25 years ago in my younger days, so it's yeah, good to get back here. As far as the fisheries are concerned, it's your still waters are pretty good. A bit different to what we've got back home in Australia, but it's yeah, fabulous fisheries. Those rainbows really, boy, they can give a bit of stick. You can't muscle them like you can back home, but yeah, thoroughly enjoying our trip so far.
We must be your lucky omen, aren't we?
Okay. Yeah.
The event's been fantastic actually. We're now finished. We've just finished the competition and everything today. There's a few little events going on. We've got a casting competition up in the hotel. A casting competition in the grounds of the hotel, and there's a fly tying competition in the room of the hotel as well. And then everything's finished for the day. Fishing wise, I hope everybody's had a fantastic, wonderful time here in England. I know I've had a lot of comments and feedback on the fishing and everything. I'm a lucky person that I was brought up in the West Country here, and I love the fishing and everything, and it's been really nice to showcase that to all these people from all over the Commonwealth. And I know from what people said, both in practice and in competition, I think they've really enjoyed the fishing. I hope that's been the case. As from here, we've got dinner this evening where the presentation of prizes will be made, but the competition itself, as we already know, is not about just winning. There's the friendship trophy as well, and it's all about friendship of the Commonwealth nations and fishing together and everything else. So those trophies and dinner and everything will be held this evening here in the hotel, and then from here we go on to I think it's a couple of years' time, and Canada are going to be the hosts next time around, and I hope everyone has a great time out there. That coincides with I think it's the World Championships are going to be held in America in 2016. So from all of us here in England, I hope that the Commonwealth next time around goes well, and hope to see all the many familiar faces that we've seen and enjoyed the friendship with here.
First time, see, I've been here before.
Here we've got 2, 4, 6 rings. You've got 1 minute to practice and 1 minute to go in as many rings as you can. Andy will put his hand up and shout yes when it's in. The thing with the thing, it can't be the end of the line. It must be the piece of fluff. You can bang it, tap it on the grass as often as you want, as long as it goes in.
Can I ask a question?
And you start, hang on, you start first of all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in that order. So you can't jump, you can't keep doing that one. Until you've hit the third one, you can't move to the fourth, the fifth or the sixth. You've got 1 minute.
Right.
Can you
slap it down like?
You can slap it down.
Yeah.
You can practice, but the fluff has got to go into each hoop in turn, and Andy will call, and before you go on to the next one, you've got to hit that one.
Okay.
1 minute, and it's how many hoops in order? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's how many hoops you get in 1 minute.
Longest cast, you've got 1 minute to practice, and again 1 minute. 3 casts. So 1 minute to practice. It's just 3 casts you can do. So,
no.
And your longest cast
distance
counts.
we're doing the 7 weight. Accuracy, we're doing the 9 foot 6 weight.
We'll break that off.
And it's going to be, for each team, it's going to be simply the longest cast. We'll peg it. First place will get 1 point, second place 2 points, etc. Same with the accuracy, and at the end of the day, the lowest score wins.
Go. Right. No. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bump him.
Actually, we get the chance to host this competition in 2018 is a nice for the missus to see what effort
actually goes on.